Hi, I'm Jose, and today I am applying for the Tech Waste Recycling Scholarship, a scholarship provided by the Tech Waste Recycling Company, founded by Richard Steffens and Isaac Villeneuve in 2002. So today I wanted to start off by describing what e-waste or electronic waste really is. And what electronic waste is, it's electronics that are nearing their end of life, and that means that any item kind of with a cord or a battery that requires a battery and it's most of the time discarded. That's e-waste, and a lot of the time this e-waste is discarded in unsafe manners and not recycled, and that means that it leads into other countries, and once it's dismantled, it is dismantled using primitive practices, mostly by children. And this is extremely negative because e-waste contains different types of heavy metals, such as cadmium, chromium, lead, mercury, and all of these metals can leach into the soil, into water sources, into food sources, and this can heavily impact not only their health, but eventually your health too. And so another quick fact is that in 2022, 62 million tons of e-waste was produced. That's almost double of that of what was produced in 2010, which is 34 million tons. And it is projected to be 82 million tons in 2030. And so the goal of this video is to kind of raise some awareness so that we can kind of curve that projection. I wanted to start off by saying that I am from Texas, specifically South Texas, a city named Laredo, Texas. It's one of the largest inland ports in America, and it's placed right in between the United States and Mexico. This means that there is a lot of movement inside of my city, and there's always constantly a flow of people going in and out, and a lot of the time these factories, these trucks, these warehouses, and just a lot of these truckers are always carrying a lot of e-waste, and a lot of the time they dispose of that in unsafe manners. That's when I started at 13 years of age at repairing phones by myself. And so I would just buy phones online from Facebook Marketplace, from eBay, from other platforms. I would fix them and then I would sell them to my community. This means that I would sell them to frontline workers, blue line workers, students, and kind of anyone that just needed an item for a more affordable price. And it also gave devices a second chance at being useful for people in my city. And so then I started to develop my skills. I started to repair MacBooks or computers and tablets, and I started doing more complex repairs. And a lot of this really helped my growth, and it made me a bigger part of my community for sure. But a key term known as planned obsolescence is something that kind of hindered me from growing my repair ability. And so companies such as Apple started imposing software restrictions and so on. And so I couldn't really repair the items and sell them anymore as well as I used to. So then I began an internship. And so at that internship, I was allowed to do so much more, and I learned so much, and I developed amazing friends that I know up to this day. And I created connections with hundreds of customers, and that really just placed me in the heart of my city. And that's where I developed just such a big love for electronics and stuff like that. And so that's kind of what's motivating me to be an architectural engineer. And so I want to be an engineer with a sustainable aspect in mind. And that's exactly what I'm going to study to do. And so I know that right now I'm actually spending a year abroad in Germany as a gap year student. And so here, one of the main objectives that I have really is to learn about the sustainable practices that have become so successful in Germany, which is their recycling, and the way that they just take care of their e-waste is done in such a big conscious mind. And that's exactly what I want to bring back into my community. And that's exactly what I want to impart, as well as with my repairability and the community that I love so much. And so I hope in the future to volunteer and help even more people and work with more repair centers, secondhand stores, and flea markets. And so I want to talk quick about what we can do. So what we can do is we can maintain our devices better, and we can also give them a second life by donating them or selling them when we actually need to get rid of them. And this can actually also give us something in return. And so if we need to purchase another device, I recommend purchasing a refurbished device. And if you really need to recycle, there's so many amazing organizations that can help you with that out there, such as recycleforacause.com, Basel Convention, Environmental Protection Agency, earth911.com, where you can find recycling centers in basically any part of the world. And so I just recommend being proactive about e-waste and the damages that it imposes. And so this kind of brings us to the bigger picture. We should vote for representatives that kind of have e-waste in mind. and are in favor of decreasing it. I know for a fact that Colorado, California, New York, Minnesota, and Oregon have already passed bills regarding right to repair. And I think we could also do something where we can impose a circular economy for electronics to really reduce that waste and to really bring them back into society in a way that's productive. So, yeah, thank you so much.